What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. This podcast episode is presented by Proper Wild. You guys know that we love Proper Wild to give us that Friday energy that we need any day of the week. You know, we're usually talking about it on Friday, but this is for that Wednesday energy, for that Thanksgiving energy. Proper Wild is clean, all-day energy that you need. It's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's GMO-free, it's dairy-free, no preservatives, no chemicals, none of that bad stuff that you would usually get in an energy drink. And it's a shot straight to the point. That's how I like my drinks. You know that. I like a quick shot, and that's why it's great for that quick morning boost, you know, long day, late night.
Battle against the tryptophan.
Yep. And the turkey will get you on Thanksgiving.
If you need to stay awake on Thanksgiving.
You got 2 dinners gearing up. I know I do. I may need to pop a Proper Wild in my mouth to get going. So you could check out properwild.com/Barstool to get 30% off your first order. They have the peach mango flavor, which is my personal favorite. And then, Fran, you like the blackberry.
Blackberry is delish.
So make sure you guys check that out. This is our Wednesday episode, the day before Thanksgiving. We're super excited for Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone is traveling safely, soundly, getting to where they are going to be for Thanksgiving. And if you're alone this Thanksgiving, you have us to listen to as well. You know, catch up on some episodes, maybe pop on YouTube, watch us, watch your other favorite people. It'll make you feel like you have people to be with on Thanksgiving. Speaking of, people not here for Thanksgiving and not in the friend
just not
here ever, is Trent Ryan, who is so dear to this podcast, and we love him greatly, but yet he has...
And the fans love him, and he's just...
They
don't know the real Trent, that's why.
He's just not giving it... You know, he's given a lot to the Breaking 90 fans. Some may say too much, but he's not really giving anything to the Chicks in the Office fans.
And he hasn't been showing up.
Doesn't show up.
Hasn't been showing up. He's got other shit to do. He's got to golf, blah, 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 blah. And so Cutting Stems is tonight. You'll be listening to Cutting Stems on this podcast if you want to listen to that. Bachelor finale was last night when you're listening. It's Tuesday right now when we're recording. And so we were like, hey, Trent, are you going to make it to Cutting Stems on Tuesday night? He gave us I'm going to Atlanta to film a Breaking 90. My flight's on Tuesday. Going to try to make it back. I'll be there at night. Yep. Okay. So we were like, perfect. We'll record as usual. No pre-tape, whatever. Tuesday's rolling around. I'm going, where the hell's Trent? I don't think this man's on a flight right now. Yeah. What the hell is going on? I text him.
And it is like you said, it is a holiday week. People in this group have plans to go home, see
Majority
family,
of this office is gone.
Everybody's basically gone already.
Ghost town.
It's empty.
Yeah. So it would have been nice to know, because we have the option of getting things done earlier, to have done that.
Yes.
Since,
and now instead,
like I said, people are traveling for the holidays.
We will be going home at midnight. So besides the point, I go, I'm going to text this Trent guy, this Trent character. Who even knows the real Trent anymore? I don't get an answer. So I go, I'm going to go to the source. Frankie Borelli, who is with Trent with the Breaking 90. And I said, I'm going to text Frankie Borelli because he'll give me some answers. I know he'll answer some.
Yeah.
So I text Frankie. I said, are you with Trent by any chance, that fake-ass bitch golfer? By the way, my texts were not nice, but sometimes you got to break him down. You got to break this guy down, or else you're going to get nothing out of him.
We're still not getting anything out of him.
Untrue.
Answers, yes.
That's not true.
I thought you meant like
he's not
him
here.
to actually
he's
show
not
up.
going to be here, but we got stuff out of him.
Yeah.
So are you with Trent by any chance, that fake-ass bitch golfer? He said, ha, 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 yes, I am. He's getting put through the ringer with a golf coach right now. I said, so there's no shot he's coming tonight. When's your flight? Frankie Borelli says 8 p.m.
Yeah.
This is where I lost it. I said, that fraud, he's such a liar. And then Frankie said, did I ruin something? You tricked me. Yeah. I said, no, you didn't ruin anything. Trent did. He told us he was going to try to make it back. All you did was tell us the truth. So thank you. He sickens me. Let him know that. And Frankie said, I just let him know. He seems to be affected. Quickly looked at his phone. Then I said,
people probably think these texts are like really serious.
I hope not. I would hope that people who listen to this podcast know me by now to know that I am joking.
Yeah.
But you really never know.
Sometimes you never know.
Let's put a disclaimer that I like to kid around. And so for the most part, I'm kidding.
Yep.
Please.
The reality is Trent is still not here.
Yeah, the reality is Trent's not here, but I just like to mess around. I know that Trent laughs when these things happen. But once again,
Yeah.
I don't feel like having to explain my personality 24/7 on this podcast. Anyways, I said consideration for the group would have been nice. Fran.
Yeah.
That's what Fran said. He kept us from our families and ruined Thanksgiving. That was from Fran and Noah. And then I said, and he's disinvited to Thanksgiving. Please relay all of these. Frankie said, I will let him know. This is heavy shit. And I said, tell him being nice is one thing, but having no balls is another. That's my final statement. And then we called him. And we spoke to this man face to face. And he claims he didn't know his flight was at 8 p.m. tonight. I'm calling bullshit on that. And we will be talking to the people who book travel at Barstool to know when his flight was booked. I said, send me his itinerary because I don't believe this man.
Yeah.
Rooting for him. Good luck out there, bud, because you're never going to break it with that attitude. And so he's not here. And Cutting Stems is just me, Fran and Kelly.
Yep. He just...
That's all we need.
Yeah,
That's all we need, right, guys?
Yeah,
We want people who want to be here.
This was
we
a
want
tough...
people dedicated to The Bachelor, like myself. Like Maria Chiffo is dedicated to The Bachelor.
Couldn't be more dedicated. Like we said this last week, I think, that I feel like he's done like 3 episodes for...
Right. He's suspended until January 23rd.
It's a perfect amount of time.
Which is
And he's probably not going
the
to be there.
premiere of
Perfect amount of time.
You know he's going to miss the premiere for some reason, too.
Oh, 100% he's going to be fucking golf.
The premiere's tonight? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still trying to break 90 years later because I'm such a terrible golfer. That's Trent for you.
You know, we don't need him.
I need him.
We don't need him.
I need him.
We don't need him.
Trent brings great energy for me for The Bachelor. I'm sorry, and I know the fans agree. Like, it's not just me. I love when Trent's around. So this is coming from a place of love. This is not coming from a place of hate.
Yeah.
This is coming from a genuine place of love where I miss my friend.
A place of jealousy.
Yeah, I'm jealous of
jealous
Frankie
he
Borelli.
Picking Frankie Borelli in golf over you.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think it's always going to be that way.
It is.
Well, anyways.
Golf is the priority.
I have a funny story about Norman.
Oh.
So, my sister...
You still have that dog?
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yep. So, Norman's great, everybody,
Yes.
by the way. Norman has become a family dog in which everybody loves Norman actually too much. Like my dad, this is not the story, but I was talking to my dad and he was like, I love Norman so much that if anyone were to do something to that dog, I'd have to do something to them. I said, who's going to do anything to the dog?
Yeah.
Like, what world are you living in that someone's going to do? He's like, if anyone were to hurt that fucking dog, I'd hurt them.
Yeah.
Who's hurting him?
Norman?
Who's hurting him?
No
There's
one.
nobody hurting him.
Nobody.
He is safe and sound. He's going to go back to Florida with my parents when they go in the beginning of January. And then we're going, so it'll be great.
Yeah.
I'm going to have like a whole week and a half with Norman in Florida, which will be really fun. He's amazing. He is living his best life. He's the happiest dog on the planet. I want everyone to know. Because everyone's like, where's Norman? Is he okay? I'm telling you, he's more than okay. He's the main focus of my family. Everyone's lives revolve around him. So my sister went to a psychic medium on Sunday, and the psychic medium was like, who's Norman? And my sister was like,
The psychic asked, who's Norman?
yeah, swear to God, who's Norman? Who's Norman? And so my nono calls Norman Norma.
Of course
And
he
so
does.
Because he can't.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
his accent. So she was like, Norman, who is that? And my sister was like, my sister's dog.
The dog.
Like, he's now is my sister's dog. He's become like our family dog now. And the psychic medium said that he is connected to human spirits and he basically talks to the dead. This is what they said.
Norman?
And I believe it wholeheartedly because
Oh my
Norman has such a
God.
human. I'm telling you, I know everyone feels that way about their dog. But Norman
No,
has
it's
such
less
a
that,
human,
more like
human tendencies. And
psychic medium coming up with that.
It's how would she pull that out of her ass?
No,
Who's Norman?
no. I agree with you. I just think that's very interesting.
I think that my dog's special, has special powers. And Apparently, he's just very connected to human spirits, and somebody is trying to talk. So my mom kept saying when they were in Florida with Norman that Norman kept barking into like the abyss. Like he just kept like there was something he was barking at, but they couldn't figure out what it was. And so my grandma passed away in that house, and my mom kept being like, "Oh, my mom's trying to talk to us through Norman." I know this sounds crazy.
Oh boy.
So you say, "Oh boy," but I believe in this stuff. I truly believe that there's like whatever.
I know.
But so my mom was like, "Wow, grandma's trying to talk to Norman," and the psychic medium is saying that Norman talks to human spirits. Norman has human tendencies and talks to human spirits. This psychic medium just pulled this out of her ass and said, "Who's Norman?"
Sweet.
Blah 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 blah. She doesn't know anything about my sister. Norman is such a random name.
Is this a psychic that your sister has gone to before, or a brand new one?
Never gone to her.
Okay, new one. But she's gone to ones before.
Yep. And there are always something comes up. Something that connects. Oh, who's this person? They get the names. She said, "Who's James?" to my sister. Yeah. My sister's husband's name's James.
Yep.
Just saying. Norman. So Norman is special, and
Norman's a vessel.
Norman is a vessel to the other world, the other side, which scares me that they're trying to pull him. They're trying to pull him to that side. It's like, we want you here.
That's like almost too much power for a little dog like that, you know?
He has a lot of power, and I know it sounds crazy, and I know that everyone feels that way about their dog.
I don't think my dog has connections to humans.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people think their dogs have connections to the other side.
You're alone.
Okay. I do not think my dogs have a connection to the other side.
No, you don't think your dogs have human like tendencies and like act like humans?
Yeah, human tendencies, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I thought you were more saying like, I know everyone feels this way about their dogs, that they like connect to spirits.
No. I never thought that. I just thought like Norman really acts like a human.
Yes, like, Lola is a little person all the time.
It's crazy. Yes. And then my parents will say like, Norman is you. Like they'll be like, he has your personality. Yeah. It's crazy. Like they're like,
right from your womb.
Right, like I birthed him. They were like, it's crazy. Like as much as they're like, this sounds fucked up, but like he acts like you.
Yeah.
And so my dog's talking to the dead. That's what I learned from this, is that my dog is special.
Anytime Norman's just like barking at something, you're gonna be like, who's trying to talk to us?
Who is it? Come through.
Who is trying to talk to us? Meanwhile, he could just like be being
a
dog.
There's a squirrel ran by.
Yeah. Squirrel dropped an acorn.
Well, so my sister and I were on the phone last night, and we were talking about this, and she was like, Mom always said about the thing where Norman would just bark at nothing in Florida at this one spot. And I was like, yes, but also like, Mom's probably just saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she probably just wants, and this is very sad, but she probably is looking for any connection to her mom.
For sure.
So she's saying, Norman's talking to my mom.
And if that's comforting for her to think that when Norman's barking in the backyard, it's at her mom, then
my mom
beautiful.
Can believe that, and I think that's beautiful.
Exactly.
But who knows? All I know is that I heard that my dog was special this week.
Are dogs also just straight up dumb sometimes and bark at nothing?
Yes. Yes. Norman is also stupid too. Yeah. He's very smart, but he's also stupid.
Yeah.
And that is what it's like
the
having
beauty
a kid.
of dogs.
That's the beauty of having kids. I imagine when I grow up and I have kids, I go, she's the best, but she can be real stupid sometimes. Yeah. I think that's what my dad says about me. My sister said on the phone last night that they were talking about something in our family, and she said, like, my dad said something like, Nicole, I know you'll act the right way. You always do the right thing. Maria, it's kind of up in the air. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Damn.
I know. They just talk shit about the other person when like if they were on the phone with me, they would say that about my sister. They'd be like, you always do the right thing. Well, Nicole, up in the air.
They like
to stir the pot. And then we get on the phone with each other and I'm like, they said what?
And he's like, you won't believe what Nicole said about you.
Exactly. It happens all the time. I'm like, they just change up all the time.
Yeah, they gotta stay entertained,
They are entertaining. They are something. And now they have a dog that speaks to the dead. So
incredible.
Yeah.
What a saga for Norman.
It is, and it's quite the life that dog has lived.
Yeah. In 2 years.
he has lived a life. He's been through some shit.
Yeah, he has.
He has. And he's better than ever. That's all we can
That's great.
Hope and wish for Norman.
You want to do some topics?
Sure. I feel like I had more to say, though. I wasn't really done talking.
About that or just other stuff?
Just life in general. What do you guys, any other plans?
No, I feel like I really shared a lot of my Thanksgiving on Monday. Like, I'm headed to Florida, relaxation. I don't really have too much else to add on at this very moment in time.
My parents and Marty's parents are meeting this weekend.
For the first time?
Yep. Well, they've met, my mom met his dad very briefly, and then my dad and his dad have talked on the phone, just, talking shit.
Talking shop.
So they already get along. But, we're going to dinner.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, it'll be very nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yep. It is. I love the both of them.
Yeah. The two families come together.
They're they could be trouble. They're a lot of fun.
They probably
both
will.
of them.
They probably will be.
They'll be trouble, but it'll be a good time.
You'll be entertained.
I will be.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some topics.
I saw the menu, by the way, because I've seen people saying I should see that after the weekly watch report. Great movie. Just wanted to put that
What would you give it?
Oh yeah. Well, we don't have an episode Friday.
We don't have an episode on Friday.
I would give it an A-.
Nice. That's a good score.
There was 2 women behind me who just were so obnoxiously laughing and talking the whole time. I want to kill them.
Whoa.
They were like, whoa, the people who just
no one just started that. It's like, oh, by the way, guys, saw the menu, good movie, and then it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I wanted to commit a murder at the movie theater.
You know when I said about the White Lotus, and I said nobody says that something makes them homicidal.
You just know when people.
But I get that. You're like, I wanted to kill that person.
When people are in a movie theater and act as if they're in their living room.
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, don't go there. It's like. You can't do that.
That's inconsiderate.
Yeah. And then also just laughing.
You can't be doing that.
Out loud, the worst
Well, you
laugh I've
can't
ever
blame
heard.
somebody for laughing
And I was
out
looking
loud
around no, but at the worst parts and at everything. It's this
they
doesn't
weren't
deserve
laughing
a
at the comedy.
It was just
well, maybe
brutal.
They thought it was funny.
And I looked around, there were
maybe
people
they were high.
in every row looking, you know how you you kind of turn your head just to be hey, stop.
Yeah.
I did that
just to
20
make
times.
eye contact so that
not
they
even
know
make eye
that
contact.
you know.
How do you know? I put my hood up. I'm like, come on, guys.
Did you
were throwing out some deep sighs.
Did you look at the other people in the audience to be like, get a load of these guys?
Yeah, no, I looked around. There were a lot of people who were annoyed, but I never really was able to.
What was the age?
I think I would have been an A. I might have been an A, but I don't know because I was so distracted.
Well, what were the age of these 2 women?
I would say that they were probably in their late 20s, early 30s.
Wow, immature.
Yeah,
Immature to be doing that in the
older than
movie.
me. They suck.
Disappointing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I watched Dead to Me the last season, and I just have to say that I adore Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini like no other, and I think it's very sad that Christina Applegate is struggling so much right now, and also a beautiful video of Linda Cardellini talking about her Walk of Fame star. Literally made me bawl my eyes out. But 3rd season, won't spoil anything, but didn't love it. Didn't like the way it ended. Didn't like the ending.
Damn.
Which is quite disappointing because it's the final season.
Yeah.
And that
doesn't make me that excited just to watch it, which is unfortunate because I was.
It was the worst of the 3 seasons.
Oh, no. Ugh, I don't like to hear that. Well, maybe I'll disagree. I'm obviously going to watch it. So
maybe we'll disagree. We'll see.
See what happens.
All right, let's get into the topics for today's show. We are going to be talking about Charli D'Amelio winning Dancing with the Stars. Todd and Julie Chirsley from Chirsley Knows Best are going to jail, folks. They're being put away.
Yep.
And Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner broke up, which is quite ironic because of Monday's episode. We also have an interview with Brandon and Serene from Bachelor in Paradise and our Cutting Stems Bachelor in Paradise recap.
Perfect.
So let's get into it. Dancing with the Stars.
Here at Barstool, we are partnered with Game Time. Game Time is created by fans for fans. It's the ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guaranteed the lowest price. If you haven't given Game Time a shot yet, what are you waiting for? We've had tons of Barstool fans using it, letting us know about the great deals they are getting. We've been using Game Time all year. You guys know I went to 3 nights of the Jonas Brothers. And 2 nights, I was prepared. I knew I had tickets, bought them way, way, way in advance. But that last night, I thought there's no way I can leave Vegas before the 3rd night. Thankfully, Game Time has the best deals for last-minute tickets. So when I went on, there were tickets available. I was able to get great spots, great seats. It's so easy to use, amazing deals. You are going to love it. There's so many options on there. I know if you're a big sporting event person as well, you can go to basketball games, football games, maybe your favorite team is playing in your city, you thought about going, you said, I'll wait and see what happens. Check Game Time, check the tickets. You can download the Game Time app, go to the account tab to create a login, and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. So guys, download Game Time for last minute tickets at the lowest price guaranteed.
Dancing with the Stars has come to an end. Charli D'Amelio took away that number 1 spot. 2 went to Gabby. 3 Wayne. 4 Shangela.
Yeah.
I think that people kind of expected this. I think that maybe they thought Gabby would end up winning and Charli would get number 2 because Charli's a dancer. But no, Charli came out on top. She got the number 1.
She did. And look, people are always very frustrated with the person with the dance experience winning the show. Always happens. I mean, like you brought it up before when JoJo C was on, she didn't win, but like when she didn't win, people were like, oh, she should have won. Like it just goes both ways. Like no matter what, no matter who wins, there's never going to be a unanimous winner.
Also, it comes
of like
down
the
to
entire
voting.
world. Comes down to voting. And when the final is 4 contestants and not just like 2, it's not like, oh, it's easier. When it's 2, it's easier for more people to just be on one side. You know, when it's 4, you don't necessarily need to have like the numbers just add up where you could, when you win, you have the majority of the other 3. But when those other 3 band together and say, oh, she shouldn't have won because they each have their individual 3 people, then it seems like so many people are saying like, oh, she shouldn't have won. But it just comes down to voting and scores and everything. And she obviously is a phenomenal dancer. We know that. I'm very happy for Charli. I think she worked her ass off. I think she really wanted to win. It's hard because people I think fell in love with Gabby's personality on the show. She's very outgoing, funny. Charli's very shy. We know we've just from talking about with her, we know that that's just her personality. So I think like some people take that as not being super grateful sometimes because it's just not, she isn't outwardly like so emotional and over the top and things when it totally matters a lot to her. Gabby was also phenomenal. I think it could have gone either way between the 2 of them, but it makes sense. It makes sense for Charli to win. It does. And people can be upset because it's like, oh, people say she shouldn't even be on the show in the first place, but it is what it is. And she put in a lot of effort. Her dances were absolutely spectacular. And therefore, it's a well-deserved win.
Yeah, I think good for Charli. Congrats to her. Congrats to Gabby for getting second. I think second is still amazing. I don't think that she lost by any means. She's going to do the Dancing with the Stars tour. Charli's going to do some spots. She's a busy gal. Charli D'Amelio, very busy. And I do agree with what you're saying. I think Charli is very, very shy. We have met Charli in person multiple times, and she is very shy. And I think if you follow her, you know that. If you don't follow her, then you don't know that. And so I think for the people watching Dancing with the Stars, they may not know Charli so well, and it comes across a certain way. But either way, congratulations to all of them. Yeah. I think that Gabby, it was really awesome for her to show her personality and probably a great distraction for her. Middle of a breakup, you don't want to be sitting around and, slumping around, and she got to dance and have fun with Val, and looks like she's met some good friends, good banter with Vinny, and I think she got some good things out of it. So I'm happy for her.
Definitely. And her freestyle was amazing. It was like a full-blown Broadway performance.
I felt bad that her shoe got stuck.
I know. There was that one moment.
Thankfully, that was at the end. So I think the dance was done with at that point.
Exactly.
And that was it.
And I do think, so she's going to have awesome opportunities, and dancing on the tour, I think she'll have, awesome opportunities to shine and do those things. And maybe something like that is in her future. Charlie is just, and it is very impressive because I do think Charlie has grown a lot in showing her emotions in her dances and really becoming a little bit more theatrical. Her freestyle was beautiful. Mark choreographed such a beautiful dance number, and I think it was very sweet to hear her talk about falling in love with dance again, and even Mark saying the same thing. Mark hasn't been on the show for 5 years, and coming back and having the bond that they have, it was very, very nice. Like I said, the score's been amazing. I cried like a baby because it is this Len's final episode. They did a montage to him of old clips. They had old contestants send messages, and it was very emotional. He was getting emotional, which made me get emotional. It was very sweet. So I'm very sad that his time is coming to an end, but it makes sense. And then there was just great moments. Everybody's dances were great. Wayne and Whitney were great. Shangela's freestyle was unbelievable. She just put on a full-blown, her own just drag show. Incredible. Gleb came out in full drag. Mm-hmm. It was shocking and amazing, and just I'm so happy that Gleb went all in and was like, we're fucking doing this, and committed to it, and it made the dance so great. Sasha was he was dancing around in a chicken wing. She literally threw a chicken wing at Len, in the middle of her freestyle. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of dance they put together. So it was so perfectly Shangela. She was a breath of fresh air for this show, big time. And so I think everyone should be really proud of themselves for the finale. It was a really, really good finale. And everyone can say, oh, least shocking win ever, Charlie. It's that's so boring. People say that when they don't really watch week to week. It's you see the cast, and then at the end you're like, oh, who won that show? Oh, Charlie did. Shocker. But right. It was a really great season, I thought, all in all. I thought it was great on Disney Plus. Besides some Tyra blunders here and there, it was a pretty well done season, and I feel like it's just gonna stay in a good place on Disney Plus. But it was a very good finale for sure.
Justice is served. Todd and Julie from Chirsley Knows Best, my least favorite show to ever grace our television screens.
I think you need to give some
background.
background.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
So I think
because I feel like we have not talked about Chirsley Knows Best in maybe years. Maybe since we were doing radio. I don't think we've talked about Chirsley Knows Best since we were doing radio, because I remember there was some scandal with one of the daughters, and we were on radio, and you just hit us with this line. You were just I hate this show more than anything. And we were all like, wow, you have so much power behind the hatred for this show.
And I feel like when we talked on radio, things came out a lot more, but I didn't really think.
Hey, it was live, baby.
It was live, and so
Tyra Banks, it's live, baby.
I didn't really think before I spoke a lot of times, and it was kind of just gut instinct. Whereas now, I think when we do the show, I'm thinking a little bit more how is this going to come across? But I'm going to take that away for a moment and just go back to my radio thoughts, where I think Chirsley Knows Best and Ridiculousness are the two most annoying TV shows to ever grace our television screens ever. Chirsley Knows Best, their voices, everything about them annoyed me to no end. I had a hatred for them that I didn't even know where it stemmed from. I just was like, I hate these people. They annoy the shit out of me. I don't even really know much about them, but I'm getting a bad feeling. And I think I have great intuition, because clearly I was fucking right about these two. And
criminals.
And Ridiculousness is just just annoying because it just plays over and over again.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. I like Rob Dyrdek, so no problem there.
Yeah.
So I'll put that out of the question for right now.
That's more of a problem with MTV programming.
Right. Yeah, that's just spice it up. One episode of Ridiculousness, then throw some other TV shows in there. Maybe do some reruns, because you got them on Hulu now. You got Punk'd on there. You got Room Raiders. Throw those back on and stop with Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Anyways, even do old episodes of Fantasy Factor. I know it's sad, R.I.P., but throw it on there. Anyways, back to Chirsley Knows Best. I just found them to be so annoying. Like, I was like, who watches these people on TV? Who's watching these people? And yet they're going to jail.
Yeah, they're
getting locked up.
They were sentenced to prison in federal court on Monday.
I had a bad feeling about them.
These two were found
guilty. There was some weird shit with the daughters and stuff. I don't even remember it correctly, but I was like, no good.
Some of the older daughters have posted like kind of cryptic Instagram stories and things since this has happened, but they were found guilty in June of conspiracy to defraud banks out of more than $30 million in fraudulent loans.
When will these people learn? When will these people learn to not be fraud? Mike, the situation should have taught you. Teresa Giudice should have taught you. These people will never learn. Jen Shah's going to jail. Todd's going to jail. Julie's going to jail. Everyone's going to jail for all around the same things. They might be called different things, but they all have to do with money.
People want their money and they think they can get away
Erica
with
Jane.
evading a lot of these things.
Everybody's so greedy. Well, listen, you'll have money. You could still be rich and not be and go to jail. That's it. That's my sentiment. You could still be rich and not go to jail. But these people, they try to escape every little thing.
They were also found guilty of several tax crimes, including attempting to defraud the IRS.
Pay your taxes.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Nobody wants to pay their taxes. Okay?
You gotta do it.
Taxes are awful. Nobody wants to pay them. Just fucking pay them. You have to. You have to, or you're gonna go to jail like Mike the Situation. Mike the Situation came out a better guy.
Yeah.
He came out a better guy from going to jail. But if he paid his taxes, maybe I'm talking myself in a circle here because I was gonna say maybe not paying his taxes taught him a lesson. He turned out to be better. But just pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to pay taxes.
Crazy. Sometimes it's crazier to me too when it's people that are like famous and they're on TV. You know, you have such a spotlight on you already and people know you have a lot of money and you don't think like, I'll get away with not paying my taxes. But a judge on Monday sentenced Todd Chirsley to 12 years in prison with 3 years of supervised release, and his wife Julie was sentenced to 7 years in prison and 3 years of supervised release.
They're going to prison.
Their accountant was sentenced to 3 years in prison and 3 years of supervised release. According to the DOJ, evidence in the case showed that the Chirsleys were able to obtain the loans by submitting false bank statements, audit reports, and financial statements. The money was used to buy luxury cars, designer clothes, real estate, and travel. Then, while earning millions of dollars on their former reality show, the Chirsleys, along with their accountant, conspired to defraud the IRS and evade collection of delinquent taxes. And that's it. The show's done, by the way. Like after the sentencing, they were like, the show's over, and that's a wrap on the Chirsleys.
Hey, maybe Chirsley doesn't know best.
And Finn. So look what we have here on Monday. We talked about Kendall Jenner at Harry's concert, and I said Kendall and Devin are always a little hot and cold. You never know what's going on. We finish recording, we wrap up, and bam, report from People comes out that Devin and Kendall quietly split last month. Very interesting. And you know what? It makes a lot more sense because when I think about it, if I was Devin Booker and I was in a relationship at this very moment with Kendall Jenner and she took a fucking girls trip to her ex's world famous ex's concert and was singing and dancing and knew all the words to every song, I probably wouldn't be happy.
No, but I did see something interesting about Harry Styles following Emily Ratajkowski on Instagram.
Oh, I did see that he did follow her. What's the interesting part about that?
Just interesting.
Oh, it is interesting that he followed.
What if Pete Davidson starts dating Kendall? That wouldn't happen.
No. They can't start getting into. And they can't
never say never with that man.
I would bet that he's not ever going to be with anyone other than Kim and that family.
Oh yeah, no, he would have dated another.
And I don't think they would do that either.
No.
But no, I did see that as well.
But very interesting news. I feel like they break up all the time, and that's probably it for them. I'm still not sold on the Harry and Kendall. I'd like to be wrong, though. I'd like for this to come out in a couple of weeks where it's like Harry and Kendall are seeing each other. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing it right now.
Realistically, you're right on the timing because he is all over the world and he's going to be all over the world for the next year plus. the idea of the two of them potentially rekindling is very attractive to me. Like, I just, I'm into that idea. I ship it. Yep. I think,
as some say,
as the kids say, I would love to see that reconnection happen. I would be fucking pumped if those two got back together.
I would be excited too. Couple things. Well, this just reminded me of that. I thought it was funny that Justin Bieber posted for Hailey Bieber's birthday, but it was already her birthday in Japan. And Hailey Bieber made it very fucking clear everywhere that it wasn't her birthday yet. Like, who cares? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I think maybe she did it more because maybe friends or like acquaintances, I would guess people were maybe reaching out and being like, oh my God, like, so sorry I missed your birthday, like, happy birthday. So she just mass posted on Instagram like, it's tomorrow.
That makes more sense. I was for it to be like people missed her birthday. I was thinking for more she was just like, wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, no, if I had to guess, because if I'm like, if that's me in this situation, first of all, I know when your birthday is. But if if Marty had posted the day before, like, this whole long, beautiful birthday message, it would make me question, like, holy shit, did I miss her birthday?
Yeah, that is true.
Like, did I go until 8 p.m. and not wish her a happy birthday? Like, fuck. So I would have texted you immediately, been like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. So I feel like so many people maybe texted her, like, oh my God, we're so sorry, it's your birthday. And her be like, no, Justin just posted early. Haha.
Yeah, classic. Second
Classic
thing,
Justin.
Julia Fox saying that she dated Kanye to get him away from Kim.
Yeah. Honestly, I love it. I love it. It's such a spin. It's a phenomenal spin.
I really, really like Julia Fox.
So do I.
I appreciate everything she says, and I think that she is like a girl's girl and all that. And I'm sorry, that's the one thing I'm not buying from her.
Yeah.
Is oh no, I just dated him to get him away from his ex.
I just really thought it would help Kim.
Like, that's not why you date somebody.
Maybe that idea did cross her mind after.
But maybe like a little bit, like she was interested in Kanye.
Yeah.
Because remember the whole long thing with each other? Like, she liked him at the time.
Yeah.
So I think maybe in her head a little bit she was like, oh, I like him. Also, he'll stop bothering. But no, you don't date somebody so they stop bothering their ex.
No.
That was absurd.
I love that. I love that
She's
line.
doing God's work.
I just love that people
I love that line.
are
I thought
buying.
that was a phenomenal spin.
But I just love that people are buying into it. Like, oh no, Julia Fox is such a good person. She wanted to get Kanye away from Kim, so she dated Kanye. No, she dated Kanye because she was interested in Kanye.
Yeah. And then that could have been a not a benefit, but just like a side thing.
That was a side thing. Like, oh, he'll stop bothering Kim.
Maybe that'll help Kim, or she thinks about that now. But
I probably an afterthought.
There was she definitely didn't go into dating Kanye West being like, I'll go on a few dates with him. This will so help out Kim.
Right, like as if her and Kim are like the best of friends.
Yeah.
What if Kris Jenner facilitated it? Like, hey, Julia, like, I'll pay you.
Hey,
just date
now
Kanye.
that I think that's a good theory.
Look, that's an idea.
But I think Julia Fox would have said that, and I thought that was so funny. I was like, wow, people are really buying into this.
Yeah, definitely. Got a good chuckle out of that one. Yep. How would you guys like to give a holiday gift that will be appreciated every single night? I have 2 suggestions and a special offer from Cozy Earth, the brand that made Oprah's favorite things 5 years in a row. The Cozy Earth luxury bedding is made using the finest premium viscose from highly sustainable bamboo. Their bedding is naturally temperature regulating, so you will sleep comfortable all year around. I have these on my bed, the Cozy Earth sheets. They are so soft, so comfortable. They definitely, you don't get too hot, which is so nice. They also have their luxurious loungewear collection, from ultra soft lounge pants, tees, and pajamas for women to their popular joggers, pullover crews, and hoodies for men. Cozy Earth loungewear is designed to flatter every body type, and you can check out their premium plush and waffle bath towels, which you guys will also love it as well. So there's a ton of options there for gifts. I lean towards those sheets. I sleep with them every night. They're great. Save 40% now on Cozy Earth bedding, loungewear, pajamas, and towels. Hurry, because the holiday offer ends soon. Go to cozyearth.com/office and be sure to enter office at checkout to save 40%. That's cozyearth.com/office. Welcome back to Cutting Stems, everyone. We are just 3 friends without a fourth because Trent doesn't like us anymore.
Because Trent's not our friend.
Yeah, you just
Because he's a fake ass bitch, bad golfer.
Yeah.
that's
facts.
Sorry.
That's facts.
we thought we could get him for the finale,
No.
and we couldn't.
I'm afraid he's going to start taking me seriously, though. I've been very mean to Trent today, so I just wanted on record that I'm kidding, but I'm also not kidding, Trent. But I am kidding.
I'm like not really kidding that much
No,
right
but
now.
I was so mean to Trent today that I like had to start
mean.
being clear
Yeah, but
that
he
I am
deserved a little
kidding.
bit of meanness because he just lied. He doesn't want to tell us the truth because he doesn't want to hurt our feelings,
Yeah.
and then it fucks up all of our plans.
Well,
That's
what
the
I
problem.
said to Frankie Brelli to relay to Trent was, there's being nice is one thing and
Yes.
having no balls is another.
Yes.
And you are
Yes.
you are now in the territory of having nothing hanging from there
There's
because
nothing
you
going on.
can't tell us that you can't make the show. Just tell us you can't make
tell
the
us.
show.
Just
Stop
tell
leading
us.
us on.
Yep.
Right.
If he was watching himself on Bachelor in Paradise, he would say, stop leading them on. Just tell them you can't make the show.
Exactly.
And that's where we lie with Trent.
Exactly.
At the
He's
end of the
breaking
day,
90 right now, but not actually. That's why he has to keep filming
Yeah,
it because
exactly.
he'll never get there.
Yeah.
Paradise has officially wrapped. We got to see Monday night which couples left together, ended up leaving, but staying together, or just decided to break up, and then the couples that decided to stay. Now, we've been saying for quite some time, these last few weeks, that this was going to be slightly anticlimactic because Brandon and Serene lock, done deal.
Yep.
We knew that was happening. Johnny and Victoria was just completely spoiled for us. So when that ended Monday night and they were the only 2 left, it was like, well, what could they do to spice things up? Producers thought, oh, we'll have Greg show up for the reunion. Definitely spicy.
Yeah.
Definitely spicy. But didn't quite, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's.
That was something. And they were very brazen. They were very
was,
much like,
but I don't know if it's
we're
like
going to throw our love in your
Jesse's
face
line of
unapologetically.
questions,
Yeah.
or like not digging deep, or just having it be edited into a very short version. You don't get that much juice. Like in the
Yeah.
Johnny, Victoria, Greg, that whole interaction, I expected to have more like ooh moments, and I didn't think that there was one. But we can start with the couples on Monday, who of course broke up, who we knew weren't going to stay together.
Yeah.
The twins and Flo and Shanae.
Yeah.
We knew that was done.
Monday felt like the red wedding. Like everybody
yes.
everybody just broke up and left. Like everyone.
It was
within like 5 minutes. Everyone was like, all right, had a good time to leave.
Yeah,
See
exactly.
you later. Great times.
All the
That's
rings
just how
started
it
coming
went.
out and they ran. They were
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know what? We got our free vacation.
They were afraid.
We're out of here.
Yeah. So we can go couple by couple here. I mean, Kate
Yeah.
and Logan. Kate kind of just like bombed him at the rose ceremony with a speech of how just was never going to work, and then she left.
That was crazy. And to be honest, I don't think I saw that coming that early. I thought that they would at least get to like leaving the beach together. Like I definitely didn't think there was an engagement happening. I thought there was going to be a leaving the beach, and then of course an inevitable breakup like 5 minutes later. But I really thought that she was going to see through it to the end and kind of be like, Logan has shown that he's growing up or trying to act mature or whatever. But no, she wanted a rich man.
He
That's
can't
it.
work out in an Equinox, Kelly. She's
No.
not spending one day in the real world with him.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And that obviously went into the reunion with Logan kind of realizing all the things that Kate had said about him behind his back.
Logan tried to look like a grown man.
Logan, I don't know what Logan was trying to do with the look.
He dressed up in a mock turtleneck and a blazer.
It made him look younger.
He
And parted
slicked his
hair.
hair and parted it. It was like he looked
And he
like
was-
American Psycho.
He was speaking in like he was trying to use like big words, and he was
Totally.
like, and I feel as if the outcome of this situation. It was like, Logan,
He
you don't talk
studied
like
his
that.
dictionary
Yeah.
before he went
Straight
out on there,
up.
which I'm on
He had his
Logan's
thesaurus
side
in
when
his
it comes to
pocket.
Logan and Kate. But tonight he
Yeah.
definitely was like, I'm a grown man.
Yeah. And he wanted us all to know.
But the more
to
that
hold it.
Kate talks about being,
Oh
you.
my
Oh, God bless
goodness,
you.
it's dusty.
the more
It
that
is
Kate
dusty.
talks about being like a grown woman and needing a grown man, the less grown woman she comes across.
Without
the
question.
more immature she comes across.
the first time you say that, I think that you sound immature. I think
I'm
that you just-
33.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
Bitch,
what is
so what do
it?
you
My
want us to
sister
do
in
about
Christ.
it?
My sister in Christ. I am 33. Like
Cool.
Sick.
What does it matter?
I know, and I do think, I don't know, it's tough for me because I feel like in real life, all the girls on the show are either friends with Kate or defend Kate, which makes me think that this just really took a turn for her. And I don't know if she thought she was being funny, playing it up for the cameras, and it definitely came across in a very unattractive, unappealing, mean way.
Yes.
But I don't know if that was necessarily her intention. Of course, she said, I was just talking to my friends, but Logan's like, you're mic'd up. You know what you're saying. Kate posted on her story this evening. She wrote, in light of the reunion tonight, I want to speak directly to you all. I deeply apologize for the classist things that I said on Paradise this season. I was shocked when I saw the show myself, and I cringed just as much as you guys did watching it. If I could take it back, I would. I've apologized to Logan, but want to extend that apology to anyone who may have been offended by those comments. I have nothing but respect for Logan and the rest of the cast, and I'm still so grateful to have gone on this adventure with them.
Classist is the perfect way to describe it, and I can't believe I never once said that, and I didn't realize it until then, but that's exactly what she was doing. Well, she was just like poor shaming him every chance she got.
Totally.
And, like, basically calling him a fucking loser dog walker. It's like,
He was like,
it was weird.
She was like, he's a dog walker.
What did he say that he was like proud of that he
likes
told her and that
dogs.
she made fun of him? Was it his car?
Yeah,
She doesn't like that he drives a Honda.
Yeah, she
Well, no, he
said
didn't
that
like
he was
that.
starting to talk about his like new ventures in his career, and that she like laughed at him. or
Right,
something.
exactly. Which is
Yeah.
fucked up. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you just, I don't know. Like, don't be encouraging. You never know who you're dealing with. You never know, like, I don't know, just be nice to people. Everybody starts somewhere.
Totally.
Everybody comes up at different speeds. Be
Totally.
nice. It's true.
I'll say this, you are a very nice person.
Thank you. Are you making fun of me? 'Cause I'm not. I was like, there's no way that's true.
No. You are, though.
I try to be a nice person. In real life, I'm a nice person.
In a weird way, you are one of the nicest people that I know.
That's really nice. It's really
But
nice.
I
of you to
can't
say
even
that. Thank
describe
you.
it. Because, like, there is a part of you.
If you're my friend, I'm a very nice person to you. I think that's what it is. Like, if you're my friend, if I care for you, I'm very nice.
You're just very. Here's an example. When we're all in a group chat.
Yeah.
And somebody says something.
Oh, Rhea, this is Rhea's go-to example for Kelly.
And Noah
really?
says it too.
Yeah?
That you are always gonna respond, and you're gonna act the most interested, even if you
true.
probably don't care.
That's true.
And
it's
it
like
hurts
if you
me
took
to
the
think
time
that
out of
you
your
don't
day to
care.
send something.
But you always act like you like it's always like capital letters like LMFAO, like
I usually think
paragraphs,
that.
and then it's like exclamation points, and it's like, oh my god, ha ha ha! Like you're a great like texter, like
Yeah, I do. I am a good texter.
It really comes across like you care.
Because I emote via text the way I would in real time. Like if you were to tell me something, I'd be like,
You'd be
oh
like,
my
oh,
god,
shit.
like for real.
Yeah.
Like I might not be like cackling, peeing my pants, but I am like definitely laughing out loud for a second.
Yes.
Like it's for real. And I don't know. If somebody takes the time out of their day to send something that they think that we're all gonna laugh at, we're all gonna like, whatever, I'll look at it.
So that's
I'll
why
be like,
I
you know what?
laughed
Yes.
when you just said that it's not that hard to be a nice person, because I was like, Kelly saying it's not that hard to be a nice person. But then I was like, you know what? Kelly is nice.
I am nice.
To people she knows.
To people I know.
Yeah, well, if she
To
doesn't
people I
like you,
know.
she's gonna be mean.
Yeah. And if you're mean to me first, then forget it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Aaron and Genevieve also broke up in that moment, which was not surprising, but also surprising. No one expected an engagement, but I think everyone thought, oh, maybe these two could leave together. They could try and make it work in the real world. But no. Yes. Aaron just.
I literally had a revelation where I was
funny.
like,
That's funny.
You are nice.
Like,
I
know.
Huh.
People, it takes a while for people to get there, but they get there.
Somebody said, wait, stop. I'm so high right now, but Kelly has legs for days and could be a ballerina.
Wow. No, you guys stop. I'm so close to crying. Like, don't say that.
Kelly's
don't say
been
any more
waiting
nice
for a
things.
reason to cry this evening. So
I texted my friends in advance, like when I get off the plane tomorrow, I was like, you're gonna pick me up and I'm gonna need like an hour to just deep breathe and cry a little bit. Like just let me have my sunglasses on. Like it's like the relief cry.
Yeah. I
Like,
kinda
you've
see
been
it
holding
forming in your eyes right now.
Yeah, like it could, any minute,
that might be me when I see my dogs tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway,
Genevieve
and Aaron.
So Aaron basically was like, so, that whole thing with you leaving and every time there was a fight, you left. So for that reason, I'm out. And I don't think we work And I think Genevieve was so surprised she just didn't say anything, and then she went back and tried to argue with him. She's like, "You're blaming this all on me."
She does that every time. She never knows what to say in the moment. They always have an argument. She is silent, storms away silently, goes to her room, starts packing her stuff, thinks about something to say, and then runs up on him and bitches him out.
To be honest, that was a more mature response than I felt some of the responses have been between them, because they have been very reactive, and I felt like she actually took a minute to think about it and was like, wait a second, he just put that all on me. I'm not the only reason why this isn't going to work.
Oh, this time I fully agreed with her. I agree with her entirely.
Now, allegedly, from some tweets of Genevieve's and whatnot, Aaron apparently had multiple women at home that he was seeing, 1 or 2. And once again, he's headed to the beach. I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron just cruised through paradise once again. Got to the end, was like, nah, I'm out. Had a fun time with my boys this summer. And I'm just like, we can't have this guy back on Paradise.
No.
This guy is not allowed to come back.
No. All he wants to do is chill with the boys and break hearts. It really is all he wants to do. And he'll turn on the charm and act sweet and cool. Like, I feel like I remember at the beginning of
this, it was just seemed so fake. Not like that whole, every interaction for the entire season now. Even when they were talking at the reunion, it's like, he's trying to be amicable. I'm like,
yes.
Everything, you're making everything seem just fake.
Calculated and stupid. And I feel like in halfway through this season, I changed my mind about Aaron. I thought like, oh, he's genuinely, he might be a good guy. He might actually like Genevieve.
Almost got us.
He really almost got us. And here it is again, ladies. Never fucking trust. Like, there is no trust. Zero don't change the stripes. So maybe Gabby and Rachel were right about Logan as well.
Yeah, you make a good point. Good couple. Michael and Danielle left together, very happy, very much ready to start their life together. They, in the reunion, they're in love. She's moving to Akron. They could not be more in love. Now,
I'm so happy for them.
I'm so happy for them too. I think they're a great pairing. Unfortunately, this one was big time spoiled for me. And I just had to hold it in because...
Oh, yeah, you kept it under
because
wraps.
Vogue, I went to go look at the beautiful photos of Wells and Sarah Hyland's wedding, and they had a full Vogue spread. I'm going through all the pictures. They always take a big Bachelor photo at all the weddings. It's like the thing they do. Everybody that's from the show, they all take a picture. I see the picture, smack dab, center, Michael and Danielle together. I'm like, oh, so I guess that's a Paradise thing. Like, and they were there. They looked very coupled up, and clearly they are together. She has met Michael's son. Things are going really well. They're a really good pair.
I'm just really happy that they found each other. I'm not kidding. Like, that kind of stuff. Too. I can't even talk about it. It really pains me for the both of them, what they went through. So I'm really just happy that they found each other, because they probably thought that they could never find somebody else again, but they found each other.
I agree completely.
Very sweet, Rhea.
That was really sweet.
Thank you.
You're really nice too.
Thank you.
No, you're right though. You're right. It is, and whenever people come together, not like with undertones of tragedy, but when they have a shared bit of grief, I feel like it takes the pressure off that grief. Like, if like, Danielle's got something going on, so it's not like Michael has to walk around all the time being like, my wife died, like, blah, blah, blah. It's like kind of like a big bit of baggage, you know what I mean?
And if he says he misses his wife, she's
not going to freak out.
She's not going to get upset because she knows what it's like to miss her fiance.
Exactly. So it's kind of like they have necessary things in common that help make the relationship work, and I think that that's really nice.
Yeah, I think that I know Brandon and Serene really feel like the big success story because they did get engaged, but Michael and Danielle is definitely up there, and I hope that things continue to go well for them as they start their life together in Ohio. And that's, I'm trying to think if anybody else was left on the beach. I think that was Tyler and Brittany left together, and they were like in love and ready to start their relationship.
Yep.
Come out to the reunion. Tyler is just taking hit after hit. He's a sad sack up there. The guy's saying that Brittany broke up with him, and that I guess she like had, I don't know, she just didn't feel it anymore. She FaceTimed, she took a trip to Italy. She FaceTimed him, was like, this is done, or like she needed a break. That happened on the same day that Rachel broke up with him on TV.
It's so
crazy. Really, the hits kept on coming for
They
Tyler.
really do. And I feel bad. I officially feel bad for him. Like, I feel bad. I feel like he's a nice guy. I feel like everybody just has amazing things to say about him all the time. He's a good-looking guy. He seems to, like, want to be in these relationships.
Maybe
he
the
wants to be in the
chemistry's not
situation.
there.
But it's just like, these are the situations where I'm like, Jesse, follow-up questions, my guy.
Right.
Why not ask, hey, Brittany, what caused you to make these decisions?
Where
did it come from? Why did you, what went wrong?
Explain that Italy thing to me again?
So apparently,
she was in Italy?
Okay, so this is mixed in with a little bit of Reality Steve and a little bit of what they said, because I think Reality Steve got a lot more scoop on the reunion than they left in. So apparently, Tyler wanted Brittany to go out to some event in LA, or like his family, something was in LA. And she said she didn't have the money, and he said he would pay for it. She said no. And then she flew herself to London, and then Italy, and she was in Italy. She did like a solo trip. And then when she was in Italy, she called him and was like, this is not working.
What?
Yeah, very confusing.
I mean, so like, she's getting some Italian dick. Like, you don't just go on a solo trip to London and Italy and then break up with your boyfriend. Hey, real quick on the phone, like, hold on, excuse me, Fernando, I need to go break up with my boyfriend on the fucking phone.
Real quick.
And
we get back to
major gaps in that story. There's so much more to that relationship that we don't know, and I wish we had more info.
I don't want to say it again, but what did I say about Brittany? I said there was something about her that I didn't trust.
Yeah.
And here she is again.
What are you saying? Something I didn't
trust. And I have to keep trusting my gut. Victoria F. also still a cunt. Have to keep trusting my gut. Like, why? No, she is.
But why?
Because you're on her side tonight for some reason.
I'm not even on her side. I'm on neither of their side. It's more just
I think they both were stupid, but I think that she is manipulating Johnny a little bit. I think she's given the runaround over something that was a little bit shady on her side, and Johnny's just kind of like the doofus, like, oh, I don't really know what to say. And we both fucked up, but she's trying to make it look like he fucked up worse. And I don't like that.
I think I'm more finding it funny, like not
of course
funny.
It's funny. It's
like I just think
everything's ridiculous.
I think it's more like the Greg and Victoria situation of going to Italy and getting tattoos that say "ciao" is making me laugh.
Like embarrassing.
It's like so funny to me that I am almost respecting it. Like I'm like, wow, they got they thought that was groundbreaking. They were like, we got matching tattoos.
I love the explanation.
I know
the way it's ciao.
The way
it means
Greg's,
hello.
It also means goodbye.
The way Greg goes, it's ciao. It's Italian for hi.
Yeah, and also Greg was like, "Oh, we're doing this right now." Like to me, it seemed like Greg didn't want to be on stage, and I know people like Greg wanted face. I don't think Greg
He's a little
wanted.
Thirsty, but I think she exposed too much.
I don't think Greg wanted to be on stage. I think they had to have Greg come because they were like, "Victoria's with Greg now, whatever."
Yeah.
They're happy. Good for them. I like them as a couple.
About Greg though,
whatever. But then also with Johnny, I'm like, what's going on with you? Did you call her a cunt? Because if so, I'm out of there.
That's
right. That is
like,
also.
If you call your girlfriend or fiance a cunt,
stupid cunt.
A stupid
not
cunt.
Even just a cunt, just
I'm out of there. It's not even. I'm out of there.
Out.
I'm out of there. I'm going to Italy getting matching tattoos and say ciao.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So that's why I'm kind of like
sprinting to the tattoo parlor.
Like, I'm curious to know though. Like, yes, he allegedly was. That's what we're hearing, that he called her a stupid cunt. I want to know, though, what it is that she said to him that he's like, you wouldn't want me to say it. Like, you wouldn't want me to say what you said.
I think
is
the
there
two of them
or what?
were really toxic. I think from what we saw on the show, Johnny has some insecurities. He very much laid out there that he felt like he wasn't good enough for Victoria, which was just going to get amplified to the nth degree in the real world because she is a hot commodity and guys are going to freak out over her, and he probably couldn't handle that. They were also in a time where they couldn't be together. This is like the engaged, but like they're living separately because they can't be seen together. So she's probably out doing her thing. He's worried. He's probably saying shit he wants to take back because he doesn't know what's going on. And Victoria's like, this is going to be a disaster. They fight. They get into all these fights. She's like, this isn't going to work. And, you know, she's maybe texting her pal Greg on the side, who also is getting out of a relationship.
And he's like, Greg, Johnny just called me a stupid cunt.
Yes.
And Greg's like, let's go to Italy.
And
get
that's
matching
what I'm
tattoos.
saying. Like, and it just amplified.
But at the same time, like,
okay, but it also just amplified, I think, because it's a situation where like Greg and Victoria have been friends, so I'm sure Victoria was doing the classic girl move of like, no, we're just friends,
100%.
And then the second like Greg shows interest, she's like, okay. And because Johnny's like, I asked you and you said nothing was going on, so now what am I supposed to believe? This was also some missing pieces from what Reality Steve said happened at the reunion. Was Johnny said that he and Victoria were in couples counseling for 3 weeks after filming. Victoria said Johnny called her a stupid cunt, and she claimed he told her she didn't cook or clean, so what good was she as a woman? We heard her say that. Yeah. Johnny admitted he said things he shouldn't have and that he regretted, but that he never called her that. Johnny said he didn't want to air dirty laundry, but eventually said Victoria threw a wine glass at him and told him she was out of his league. They didn't air that.
Oh.
They didn't air that.
Oh, fuck. I wish they did.
Tyler was out there with the rest of the cast, and he said he heard from a reporter that Victoria cheated at a party in LA, and she was telling everyone she was very much single. Victoria went off and started yelling at Tyler, telling him to be quiet, and this didn't involve him. So I think they cut that part out too, but they showed Victoria being like, Tyler, stay out of it.
See, here's the thing. So like we see Victoria being like, you called me a stupid cunt. So in my head, I'm like, wow, he called her a stupid cunt.
Yeah, of
awful.
course.
But then if Johnny was like, you threw a wine glass at me and told me that I was out of your league, I'd be like, shh, that's awful too.
Yeah.
Like,
also, though, can I say,
it's kind of
sometimes maybe it sounds like a little bit maybe like she was acting like a stupid cunt. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just, you know,
it kind of just sounds like
nowhere.
Kelly. Don't do it.
It kind of sounds like. I think it sounds like they were both bad to each other.
Toxic,
Definitely
not a good pairing.
I think they were bad to each other.
They were bad to each
you
other.
can't
They need to
throw a
break
wine
up.
glass at someone and say,
No.
I'm out of your league.
That's embarrassing also. That's so embarrassing
That
to
is
say.
really-
While true, it's embarrassing to say. It's embarrassing.
Victoria and Greg,
you can't be like, I'm so much better than you.
You can't be like, I'm out of your league. That's so embarrassing.
Okay, but here, so now we have to play the different scenarios though, but this is why they gotta show everything because you go, say Johnny says, you know, you can't cook and you can't clean, and then so Victoria gets offended. She goes, well, I'm out of your league. Okay, but then what if Victoria says, I'm out of your league, and then Johnny says, well, you can't cook and you can't clean. Yeah. Like in what, you know, the story changes which way the things were said, in what order, in what chronological order were things said, because then the story changes on whose side you're going to be on. So I think they're both bad.
The way that Victoria
and I think they're both bad, and I think Victoria and Greg, that's going to blow up too.
Can you tell me if you caught this? They, when Victoria said the quip about like the cook and clean, whatever, Johnny like rolled his eyes hard and was like, what the fuck? And then was like, that was a part of like a joke conversation, or more of like, oh, you don't even cook, you don't even clean. Like it was kind of like a half and half, like a little bit of a truth to it.
That's
like
not
Love Is Blind style.
Joke.
Like Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
What's her face to Cole.
Zay.
Zay to Cole, being like, can you pick up your towels? Can you do shit like
but
that?
that's not really
but hers is passive aggressive. It's not really a joke, but it's also not worth like, I'm out of your league. Like that to me is fucking crazy. Like you can't be saying that. You also can't call somebody a stupid cunt though.
I think they're both. I think we got to land on they were both bad to each other, and they were both up there lying about something to each other.
Yes.
Victoria was lying about something, and Johnny
lying.
was lying about something, and Greg was just there to be like, we got matching tattoos that I wish we weren't telling the world this right now. I don't think Greg wanted the world to know they got matching tattoos.
Definitely
because
not.
Victoria was like, look, we got matching tattoos, and Greg was like, we're doing this right now. Like he was like, fuck.
I think Victoria's kind of like crazy girl vibes. Like
I think Victoria is all in very quickly.
She's like a love bomber.
And like she just,
that's fun. It's fast
she's
and loose and crazy.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Of course.
She can get a guy wrapped around her finger. They got fucking matching like they were like, hey, we can't go on a first date in New York, so let's go to fucking Rome. Like,
which also like I want more details on that. Why is Greg always running off to Rome? Is he rich? Is he rich?
Also,
Greg?
why would they think nobody was going to notice them in Italy? Because
flights are very
let me tell you, there's a lot of tourists there.
Yeah, there are.
Totally. I mean, I honestly think
they're gonna notice.
Thinking of like the text messages between the two of them being like, genius idea. Let's just go to fucking Europe. Like,
let's get on a plane together.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's gonna know.
The flights to Europe are expensive as fuck right now. They just like, let's just couple of tickets.
The last
whirlwind, one day.
I know. The last thing Steve wrote was Victoria and Greg were talking pre-Paradise, but nothing serious. He had his ex and didn't go to Paradise. She went on, but she told Johnny about it. Then he'd see Greg texting her, but she assured him she and Greg were just friends. Johnny found out through social media about the Italy trip. So Johnny probably feeling extremely betrayed. I'm sure he said some things he regrets as well, and those scenarios probably got very ugly. You know, remember those, there was like one girl during Victoria when she was on Peter's season that was talking about how she was like in Virginia Beach just breaking up couples left and right.
Yes.
And she commented on that post and was like, so who believes me now?
That's fucking hilarious.
I think Victoria's going to do the same thing to Greg.
Yeah, she's got a questionable track record. She might eat Greg up and spit him out, but Greg is clearly along for the ride. So, you know, like.
See, but that's the thing. That's almost why I respect Victoria, because I'm like, she's clearly showing us who she is.
That's fine. I respect the fuck out of that.
I enjoyed Victoria this season as well.
I liked her very much on this season.
I thought she was very entertaining.
First time I've liked her. I've always disliked her. However, other times I've disliked her because she pretended to be like, woe is me, I don't act like that. Yeah. Yes, you do. Just own up to it.
If she
then
was
I like you. Then that's fine.
Like a little bit more of like what she was doing on stage tonight with Greg, where she was like, and everyone was like, ugh, they were like kind of cringing. But at the same time, you're like, all right, at least she's getting up there and saying it.
That's what I'm saying. That's fine. As long as if you're honest about it, who gives a fuck? But
what
if
also
you're
cracked me up
and weird, then I don't like it.
It also made me laugh when she said to Jesse, she was like, Jesse, also, you have to remember, this was 5 months ago. Like, 5 months being such a long time. Like, she's got a full-blown boyfriend. Like, her and Greg it wasn't even like, oh, we're just casually seeing each other. It's like, no, they're dating. Like,
but the thing is, it wasn't like Johnny and Victoria were engaged for that long.
Yeah.
No, not at all, but
it sounds like it was 3 weeks afterwards, and things went badly. It was the end of the summer.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. It sounds like I don't know. It sounds like things are sketchy.
They were not meant to be. Unfortunately, you got to feel.
Tyler has to say.
I know. I felt bad. I also want to hear what Tyler had to say. I did feel bad thinking about Johnny, thinking about how he said that people like always leave him for something else, and I was like, damn.
But maybe if he didn't call them stupid cunts, they wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
So you never know. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Like when Johnny's like, oh, everybody leaves me.
I don't know. He seemed pretty adamant that he didn't say that. Like that's another thing too. Like he just was like, I would never say that. Like I don't talk like that. Which could you imagine him saying that? Like I really can't. Also, Fran, you said
he seems very passive, but who knows?
You really never know.
You don't know what he's like behind closed doors.
You don't know what either of them are saying.
That's true. Fran, you said it. Why did we hear nothing from Andrew about this whole thing?
Guys, I don't know like what they were doing with this reunion sometimes. I also don't know with the format. Monday night, they had a 10-minute recap of the season.
Yeah.
We don't need the recap. We just watched the whole season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't waste time. Give me those 10 minutes for the reunion so I can hear, did Andrew ever talk to Teddy? Did he reach out? Have they spoken? Did anything happen from that? Those are all questions we still have because they just didn't give us any answers. Jasenia was there. NC was there. No questions between any of them. Justin barely spoke. Like it was like Rodney and Eliza, they were going back and forth. Eliza was saying she made a mistake on her mistake of her mistake.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, really backpedaling there. And maybe something happens with Rodney, maybe it doesn't. But Justin tweeted too, like, I think he said something along the lines of, you know, you are on stage saying it was a mistake, but you told me your decision on Paradise was a mistake. So, like, what was the mistake?
Where was the mistake?
Where was the mistake?
I'm officially # done with Eliza. I'm done with her. I thought maybe she could like help herself dig herself out of a little hole tonight.
I think Eliza's sweet. I do. I think she really got caught up in the moment. I really do. I think she like.
I don't know. I don't like someone who's like that indecisive.
Yeah, I think she got caught up in the moment. Attention from these two guys. Justin. I don't want to blame this on like Justin coming back. But
I think it's fair to do that.
You know, they would have been. I'm sure now she thinks like, God, things would have been so good if Justin didn't come down. But that's not what happened. Maybe they'll rekindle things. Maybe they won't. But that was kind of the last bit. Jill and Jacob, I think are together right now.
Love it.
Which is absolutely amazing.
Fan.
I'm amazed. They might be my favorite couple of Leos.
I'm a big fan.
I hope they stick it out. I think they're great. Romeo and Kira also together still as well. Shocker.
Shocked by that. Shocked. Absolutely shocked. But
they spent about 0.5 seconds talking about that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping the best for Jill and Jacob. I really am. I think that they complement each other greatly. She was posting on her story cute pics of them together.
Yeah, they're both
tagging
just
him.
A couple of freaks, couple of weirdos.
Couple of weirdos finding love.
I think. They mesh very well.
I really think they match well. So I hope they stay together. And Brandon and Serene are in love and engaged and happy, and they're on our episode of Chicks in the Office tomorrow. So we'll save all the Brandon and Serene discussion for Brandon and Serene themselves. Let's take some questions, shall we? Rhea, what do we got from YouTube today?
Do you think Victoria thought Greg would be in paradise and that's why she went?
No, because because if Greg and Victoria were friends, Victoria knew that he was dating someone.
Yeah, true.
Because he was dating someone when
they filmed.
Like, that's why he didn't go to Paradise. He had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
True.
So she definitely knew that.
Yep.
What are our thoughts on the Bachelor promo?
It seems it was just enough drama where I'm like, I think I'm going to enjoy that in 2 months.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be enough time. I think Zach, as of right now, please, God, don't make me regret saying this. It feels like an unproblematic season where everyone's talking about how emotionally great he is, or
emotionally
intelligent was being thrown around a lot.
Sliding in all
Jesse
the right
Palmer
buzzwords.
did say that he was like, this isn't the most dramatic season, but it's the most emotional season.
Oh, I like that.
So a lot of tears. Hopefully, he does make some good connections, and we just get a good old school season of The Bachelor. I still wish it was Rodney.
I agree on all fronts, and I am excited for an emotional season. It's been a long time since The Bachelor's even begun to touch my heartstrings. I just or pull on my heartstrings. Just absolutely nothing has moved the needle for me in a while as far as tears are concerned. And I would love to cry at some
Give me something
convincing
emotional.
love on the screen. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
That would be very nice.
That sounds nice.
They showed Victoria for its Victoria popped up for a split second in the promo, which really freaked everybody out.
What was that all about?
From what I gather, and this is just from Twitter, I think she hosted group date or something. And she was just in a confessional, but they put her in the preview where it looks like she's a contestant.
Yeah, it really does look like that, which would be ridiculous.
that would be
how
insane.
many wrenches can we throw?
What was our favorite moment from this season and our least favorite moment of the season? Love you, ladies. You make my night every week. Love cutting stems.
Oh, very
thank
sweet.
you. Love
Thank you. Love you too. Favorite and least favorite moment. What would be a favorite moment?
I'll be honest, I don't have many favorite moments.
I really liked when, was it Romeo, I guess? Who cried all over the beach and was just trying to get any girl.
Yeah.
He'd be crying and he'd get
Honestly,
dumped and someone would come up to him and be like, oh, are you okay? And he'd be like, better now. He just immediately would slide right back into trying to get somebody to date him, and it was just hilariously pathetic, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, a lot of Jill moments were some of my favorites.
Yeah.
She really did crack me up.
Jill's great.
Least favorite isn't necessarily anything to do with the antics on the show.
Yeah.
I think my least favorite part of this season was that all the Johnny and Victoria stuff was spoiled.
Yeah.
I just think that really
sucks.
took the air out of a lot of the fun here that we were having at the end, just because we all saw it coming and we knew what was happening. There was no shock moment from this because we knew that they weren't going to make it. So for 4 weeks of having to watch them fall in love, it was this kind of sucks to watch.
Yeah, sucks so bad. Why do we think Nick Viall did that, and why is he not getting more shit for it?
Well, in Nick's defense, I think he only did it because it was already out there. In the Bachelor rumor mill world, it was already out there.
Yeah.
And so I think he just jumped on the opportunity.
I feel like he has an audience that extends beyond the usual Bachelor rumor mill. I feel like I follow him. I don't follow closely that Bachelor rumor mill because I don't want to get things spoiled. I would never think that he would spoil something like that. It almost makes me wonder, were they sick of watching Victoria and Johnny falling in love and wanting to just put the kibosh on the whole thing and not have people vilify
maybe
Victoria and Greg later on more than
Nick,
they already are?
I'm sure Nick's going to get a big interview.
Yeah.
And have things be discussed.
Yeah,
so
well, yeah.
That's I'm sure that's coming. If he
shall
hasn't
see.
already announced that, I don't want to say because I don't know if he's announced it yet.
Yeah, good call.
If Victoria wasn't with Greg, how would we feel about her being the Bachelorette?
Oh my sweet Lord.
God.
I would love it. It would be highly entertaining.
It would be
very
extremely
entertaining.
It would be a
entertaining.
disaster.
Well, all the guys
But it
would
would
just
be-
have no idea
Oh
how
my
to act.
God, they
Like, that
wouldn't.
would be-
They wouldn't.
They would all just be like, oh, duh,
Yeah.
like the whole time, like
You're
the
pretty.
fucking- yeah, you're so pretty, like
yeah.
the coyote or what is it, like the wolf from
It would be
Whatever.
highly entertaining.
one of those old cartoons with the wolf on the ground and the eyes
Yeah,
popping
yeah.
out. Like that'd be every single one of them.
Yep.
All right, that wraps it up.
Oh, lovely.
How was the chat this evening for our finale?
Yeah. They were-
Everybody feeling
nice?
good?
Yeah, they're all chatting to each
Well,
other.
thanks,
Oh, that's
guys.
good.
I realized tonight that there's just been friends that have been made from this YouTube chat, which is lovely.
Yeah, we
There's-
love that.
you know,
I love
there's
that so much.
A group of people are now in a group chat. They all talk. I thought that's so nice.
Yeah.
Because they were tweeting at Robert Mills that they want to go to and after the Final Rose special, I said, hey, get in line because we gotta. We want to be invited too.
yeah,
that's what we
hey,
said.
maybe
It's
if they let us in the group chat, then we can get invited to the
Yeah,
taping.
we're gonna
maybe
we're
we'll
gonna
get there.
manifest that for next year. Hopefully, getting to participate in one of those.
Something.
Hey,
Yeah.
call
Would
us
love
up.
that. Would love that.
Why don't you just call Cutting Stems
Yeah,
up?
just give us a call. One
Hey.
phone call. That's all it takes.
Yep.
We will be there.
Okay, let's cut some final stems.
Okay.
Give out some roses for the finale. Rhea,
Oh.
hand up quick. What do you got, girlfriend?
I would like to give my rose to what? Oh, Trent's dead to us. Yeah. I would like to
Yes,
give
love
my
it.
rose to Danielle and Michael because
Oh,
here's the
that's a good
thing:
one. Sweet.
people think they're really boring and are not interested in them as a couple.
Oh, who says?
The chat and
Oh, okay.
But that means that's a good thing.
yes, and that is why
yeah.
they're getting my rose because, like I said before,
Yep.
it must take it must be really fucking hard to find somebody again after something like that. Like I can't even imagine, and that's why my rose is going to them. And
very nice.
my cut will be to Sally. Stop trying to make Sally happen. Why was she even there? Just go home.
Great question.
I wonder why Sally. Yeah.
So Sally being at the reunion. Just
Yeah,
go
just
home,
Sally.
Sally.
Yeah,
you
goodbye,
are
Sally.
never a part of this franchise.
Right, Sally. Right.
Like she was
Right on out of here.
She was never
out the door.
She was never a part of the fucking franchise.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
She wasn't.
Go
I don't know
home.
why.
Honestly,
I don't know what it was.
I'm sure
she
she's
almost
gonna-
deserves a rose for being a part of a show that she's just never been on.
She was literally.
Like I'm
not
sure
on.
she's
Like,
a
right,
nice
it's
girl, but
crazy.
like
being
go
on a-
home.
for being on a show she's just never been on. All right, Kelly, what do you got?
I'm gonna give a surprising rose. I think you guys will be surprised by this. I'm gonna give my rose to Logan.
Wow.
I know.
Interesting.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing this is because I feel so bad for him that Kate just put him down as a person.
Yeah,
The
just
entire
everything about him
time,
is
just
poor.
relentlessly putting him down, making him feel like garbage, and so much so that he felt like he had to dress up like Steve Jobs on the stage tonight and act as if he's a businessman now and he's important
totally did
and
look like
whatever.
Steve Jobs.
It just made me feel so bad for him, and I know that the words that Kate said to him are going to haunt him for the rest of his life. So I just feel bad for him.
Right.
At
Now
the
he's
very
gonna have all these
least-
insecurities going into every relationship. He's gonna be like, am I good enough?
Exactly. He's gonna be obsessed with making money, improving himself, and whatever. And I feel bad for every girl that he dates in the future that's gonna have to deal with these insecurities. And I just feel bad for him. The least I can do is give him a rose.
His picture, his fit tonight really was like the
Yeah.
like the 16-year-old who is
Yeah.
ultra smart and goes to college. That's what he
100%.
wears to class.
Completely. He's at Princeton Prep.
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah.
that shit. Fuck. And then the stem I'm gonna cut. Oh, I have so many stems I want to cut. Honestly, just a million stems. But I think I'm gonna do it. I almost did it a while ago. I don't know if you guys will agree with me. I think I'm cutting Brittany's stem.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were
doing
going to
it.
say that, and honestly, I'm okay with it in this scenario.
I think I'm gonna
pretty
do it.
indifferent about it. Like, don't really care, you know?
I think I'm gonna do it because
yeah.
something about
Well, I
how
have unanswered questions.
she
but
has
that's a good
I just feel like something every time she was kind of going through, she was kind of with Andrew and then they stopped, kind of with whoever, they stopped. Like her detachment from it so quickly it was like unsettling to me in real time, and it always seemed like it was an amicable split and whatever, and it seemed like, oh, they have other business to attend to, like Andrew's got Jasenia now, and he was always in love with Teddy anyway, and whatever. But I don't know, something just like, she was so quick to move on, to move through, to jump into something.
She came across cold.
She came, right.
She did.
And I was
poor
like,
Tyler's crying, like basically crying on stage. He's like, if you love someone, you don't even check in on them to see if they're okay.
Right.
Like,
so forget it. And you guys know how much I love Tyler now, especially. And I hate to see him heartbroken. I hate to hear that she's calling him up mid blowjob in Italy. And he's like, hey man, we got to break up. Can't stand it. So sorry, Brittany, your stem's cut.
Oh man. My rose goes to Brandon and Serene. It has to, right? Like somebody's got to do it. They're the only ones that fucking got engaged on this season. Made me think like last season there were so many engagements. We were spoiled rotten. This season there are two. One of them is void.
Yeah.
Just absolute void.
Not real.
And this one was very genuine. Those two are friggin' adorable and in love, and
they're just so sweet to each other.
They're so
sweet. They
sweet.
admire each other so much to the
Kelly,
way where
their bodies were glued to each other when we interviewed them. Like they were just touching the entire time. They're so cute. Yeah.
That sounds so nice.
So cute.
Just really does.
Very, very adorable, I have to say. Just everything about those two. My stem cut is going to. It's hard because I feel like my stem cut is that I just have so many questions from the reunion, so that they just didn't answer from like Andrew and all of them. But I think I'm just gonna go with Aaron. That's
a fair one.
I just think that Aaron's. This is my official Bachelor in Paradise stem cut for Aaron.
Yep.
I would like to not invite him back to the beach. I think that I would like to know more about these girls that he had back home. I think he may have put on a little bit of a front to make it through the whole season on this season.
I agree.
He was very emotionless to just say, "Hey, Genevieve, it's over." They're supposed to be in love with each other.
He said, "I love you." Literally
supposed to be in love. They were like full blown. I'm falling in love with you.
Fake ass.
You know, that way that you left when we fought, it's over, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. So, I think maybe Aaron's time on Paradise has come to an end. I hope.
I feel the same.
Okay.
What else could he be on? Is he would he ever come back again? Like,
I could see him try and go on like some other reality television show.
Yeah.
All right, I think that wraps it up for this season of Bachelor in Paradise. Thank you all for tuning in every week to Cutting Stems.
Yes.
Everyone in the YouTube chat, everyone on Twitter, we love you. Thank you so much for watching every single week. It is just, it's great knowing that you guys care. We care. We all care. We're all here. And we'll be back. We're on a break now, guys, until January 23rd is the premiere of The Bachelor. Hopefully we're all back together. Trent's on suspension until January 23rd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he's dead to us until then.
If he doesn't break 90 by then, will he ever break 90?
Yeah, it's like, just give it the fuck up.
Just give it up at that point. Just stop golfing.
We'll all say our prayers, man.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back for Bachelor next season.
Ciao.
Bye.
Every time holiday season comes around, we make sure to remind you that Manscaped exists, and Manscaped has the gifts that will keep the men in your life and yourself clean, smooth, all day long. Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 includes the Lawnmower 4.0, which is all new skin-safe electric trimmer technology, the Weed Whacker, which is an ear and nose hair trimmer, the disposable shaving mats, which, you know, 'cause the hair can get everywhere. You don't want that. You want a nice little mat, perfect for some cleanup. They also just launched their new Body Buffer, which is 100% antibacterial body scrubber, and it's just what the man in your life needs to keep him fresh and clean this holiday season. You can get 20% off and free shipping with the code CHICKS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use code CHICKS. Remember, Manscaped is the #1 gift on Santa's list. All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests. We are joined by Brandon and Serene, newly engaged couple, Bachelor in Paradise. The finale is over, and you two are happy.
We're happy. We're happy. We could be in public together.
Yeah, we're the most excited for that.
You guys are absolutely adorable. I don't think anybody had a single doubt watching the entire season that this is where we would be at the end of this. I want to go back. I want to start at the beginning. And you guys go down to the beach. You see each other. But even before that, Brandon, we know from social media and you were watching the seasons that you were posting Serene on TV all the time. You're like, there's something about this girl. So did you went into Paradise thinking, I have to meet this girl, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. There is no doubt.
Serene, when you came off the show, were you told what Brandon was posting while you were on air?
Yeah, so I actually had so many people in my DMs sending me his story, and I didn't want to click on it because I didn't want him to see that I was looking at his profile. It was going to be super high in the views, but then I'm I didn't have honestly, I didn't know that he was never going to see that anyway. Just super funny.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even know how to do that. So.
Here's your story. But yeah, I'm super strategic about it. And I remember the one time someone sent me some eyeball emojis and I was like, I just looked at that.
Serene, how often have you been so tell me again that you were obsessed with me while watching me on TV?
Literally. He said, I'm not coming if she's not there. Okay.
Well, yeah. So I felt like I was pretty subtle about it. I felt like I was pretty subtle. But yeah, I was like, yo, is Serene gonna be there? And they were like, she might. We'll see. I was like,
because they don't tell you anything.
Yeah.
I was like, blink twice if she's gonna be there. And then my producer was like, I was like, okay, all right, I'll be there. What time you need me?
It's kind of reminiscent to me of Dylan and Hannah, where Dylan went into Paradise being I want to meet Hannah, and it really worked out for them. And I would say I think you played it cool up until you were with Serene, and then you not in a non-cool way, but I think it was just you wore your heart on your sleeve, and you could just tell how much you really loved her, and it was enjoyable to watch. I think it wasn't in a weird way. It was just he's really excited about this, and that's great.
Yeah, I think it was a very excited, dorky way. You know what I mean? I think in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm playing this so smooth. And then just it's just corniness is coming out of my mouth. It worked. It worked. So, yeah.
Exactly.
But I think it was good. I enjoyed every step with her, and
you were do you have kiss me eyes? And I was like, is he serious right now? But oh God, I do.
I don't even know.
I am batting my eyelashes.
Have you
too hard.
In the moment, you're living in the moment, you don't know how it's going to come across on camera when everybody watches. When you guys watch the season, were there any cringy moments for you guys, or were you just this was us, this was perfectly displayed?
I think it's both.
It's both.
It's both because we are pretty cringy.
Yeah.
We're very self-aware.
I didn't even remember that I said the whole pool story. And then that got played, and then just there's little
the
moments.
dad and daughter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was very funny.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
But I also love that you cut him off, and then Brandon said what he said the first time over again, like it was going to be a cut. He was like, they won't put that part in. They're going to cut it right to where I restart my story.
Yes. I was like, oh yeah, they'll just cut it and then they'll just start it there. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, that was not the case. And then when she got back from the split and I was just running, my arms were flapping. And I was like, yeah, there was a lot of cringy moments of myself.
Which I didn't notice. I was caught up in the moment. I was just I just want to see my guy. But
Serene, what was your feeling going onto the beach? Did you kind of have that thought where, maybe I'll see somebody I've had my eyes on, or you were just going with the flow?
It was a little bit of both. I definitely had people I was interested in you were one of them because, you know, I said I wanted someone intentional and someone that was going to like show interest in me where I wasn't going to have to play a guessing game and ask any questions about it. And I mean, he had shown the most interest in me before the show. And so I was the most excited to meet him because he's just bold, like lives with his heart on his sleeve. And I think that's really respectable. But that being said, I got kind of like bored before he got there because no one was coming up and talking to me. So I was there literally at like 7 a.m. and I was there first. There till like
6 p.m.
And
7 p.m.
yeah. And so like no one was like pursuing me romantically or asking me to talk. And so it was super attractive to me that he was like, and like I had also kind of been like I thought he would be first on the beach.
Yeah. What's it like waiting around on the beach? Like you mentioned, you were bored. Is there a lot of times where you're sitting around kind of like, all right, what's going to happen next? Like you're just like a waiting game?
Every day.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you would get gathered up, you know? So they'd be like, hey,
so you're like,
everyone.
what's going on?
Yeah, and it's like, okay, something's going down. And then
they're like pulling everyone from their hidey holes. Like people are just like, someone's eating chicken nuggets over here. Someone's napping over here. And so it's like we're all getting gathered to kind of see what's about to go down.
It was an everyday thing, though. It was like something new happened every single day. So it was like, she was like, we just watched it. One day she was like, yeah, today's going really good. I was like, you can't say that. You can't say that. Once you say that, then they're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, something's going to happen. They're throwing a twist.
And something is set up for you guys. Well, in our mind, there was never a doubt because like you said, Serene, you wanted someone who was really intentional, and Brandon right away was telling you how he was feeling. And I feel like we were waiting for the proposal for weeks because Brandon's like, I can't wait to propose. We're like, there was no doubt. We're like, this guy's proposing. There's no doubt he's not proposing. How long did it take for you guys to have that conversation where it was like, okay, when this is over, he's going to propose, and I believe he's going to do that?
I feel like for me, I like that was like, okay, I really think this is going to happen was like after split week. I think before that we had said like we were falling in love and we were starting to like picture things, but then split week we were super pissed that we were split up. Yeah. We're like, oh, this is a waste of time. But it did kind of make us realize like we don't want to be without each other. And so I think that was ultimately what made it like, okay, like we don't want to do anything without each other going forward.
And I knew she was going to say yes because when she came back from split week and we got lunch together, she drew what ring she wanted.
By the way, there's like a week and a half left of filming. And so it's like, okay, we got to start having these conversations.
Yeah, so you need to know what ring I want if I'm going to get one.
Oh, it was detailed. It was each side, like the size of the ring, what the diamond needed to look like what the band color.
I love that you guys like don't have your phones. You can't like Google it. So she drew you a rendering.
Literally found a pencil, found a napkin, and just like slipped it to me. He was like, study this. I was like, yeah.
I love that. I
was like, you had like the choices available to you that would work for you.
Yeah, they cut it out, but I slipped it to Neil. I was like, if you don't have something like this, like I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, Neil. Like,
I'm kidding. Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
That would have been great. That's really funny, and I think that's really awesome. And congratulations to you both that you guys knew at the end that you were gonna get engaged, because I feel like Fran mentioned, for you guys watching as a viewer, it was always like these two are making it. When we would talk and people would be like, who do you guys think is going to get engaged? We'd be like, well, we know it's Brandon and Serene. We know they're making it to the end. They are rock solid. Everybody else kind of up in the air, not so sure about that. What was the feeling immediately after you had just said yes? Because, you know, your families aren't there and you're getting engaged in a non-traditional way.
And Jesse asked if you guys wanted to get married on the spot, so.
So that feeling of just getting engaged was like 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds of like pure excitement and bliss. And then you see Jesse come down with a book, and I knew immediately.
We're like, another plot twist.
I was like, there it is. Today was going too good. I knew it. Today was going good. And so I mean, it was pure excitement, but
It was like, we get to do this every day, and like we get to like make our own choices and our own plans and like really do life together. And so I think that was the reality that was setting in right there, is that like, okay, we get to wake up and do this like every day.
Now, I know that this is the usual question that comes, and I don't think that we typically ask it because we know usually what the answer is, but are you guys going to be the type that starts planning a wedding right away and getting right to that, or enjoy the engagement and then worry about the wedding at a later date?
Yeah,
we're enjoying our engagement right now. Like, we are getting excited that, you know, we get to make these plans and stuff. I think we both agreed on 2024. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. We're like in the very early stages, but just being excited about being engaged, because we get to,
this is our first day.
We get to be public with it now. And so that's what we've been waiting for. We've been engaged secretly for like 4 or 5 months now. So I'm bad at math.
Right. You guys can go to dinner.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Walk down the street, hop on a scooter together. I don't know, whatever it is, like, here for it.
Where are you guys currently living, and do you live together?
Welcome to our apartment.
Yeah, we just moved in together, and we live in San Diego.
Oh,
so.
Very nice.
That is amazing. I was gonna say, when he said hopped on a scooter, I was like, they're definitely in San Diego.
That's such a San Diego thing, is hopping on a scooter.
Hopping on a scooter has got to be San Diego. How was all the, like you said, 4 or 5 months? You guys have to keep it a secret. What was secret engagement life like for you guys? Did you have the whole like wig situation that some couples do and everything to try and throw people off?
I had this like luscious, like red kind of like long hair wig.
I bought it for me. And
I threw it on. I put on a hat, and we ended up finding out that I was getting way more attention with that wig on than like actually just like me, myself, and going out. But yeah, we tried it, and then we've done anything and everything you can in like inside the house.
There was literally the one time he wore the wig though, like we were like, oh, can we just like get away going to the beach? Like the sun is setting, it's gonna be dark, like no one's gonna notice. And literally right then someone like noticed him, but he was by himself. Like he was like down in the water, and I was like up on a rock super far away, and I just like dart the other way. Like,
yeah, so
it's like been a little game.
I was wearing like a long blonde wig, like don't look like myself at all. Like it's hilarious. We should have brought him for you to show you.
I know. I would have loved to have seen them. Were you guys able to meet each other's families during that time? Because I know when you talked about, you know, not getting married in that moment, family is very important for you guys. You want to make sure that you meet each other's families, and I know Brandon, your mom said she would have killed you. And so how did that go? Were you able to have those interactions yet?
Yeah, I think that's something that like is really cool, is they kind of like throw you to the world whenever you get out. And, you know, we were able to do that like secretly. And
she came to Portland. I went to OKC.
Yeah, we were able to do that. I mean, we're still like under the same circumstances of like, okay, we can't go outside together. Like we can't. So it's been tough, but I think it'll be it's like perfect timing that, you know, he gets to come spend Thanksgiving with my family, and we get to do all the family traditions and all of that stuff, and also get to be in public together at the same time. So it's been a long road coming here, and we've been waiting for a while, but
it's probably very exciting though, and adds a whole new chapter to your relationship, and tons more fun and so much more that you guys can do, and just opens up so many doors. You guys also made, you know, a ton of other friendships and relationships on the beach that we saw, and one of the things that we noticed was the Rodney thing. You know, everyone on the beach was so upset for Rodney. Everyone's crying. Watching that back, was that an accurate depiction to how everybody was acting, or do you think that they amped it up? Because we were like, all right, we get it. We feel bad for Rodney, but everyone's got to put a little more pep in their step.
It was, I mean, it was a blow to the beach, and it was absolutely devastating. And I know that sounds so silly.
It was worse than like, I think what was shown.
People look at it and they're like, well, Eliza's just making a choice for herself. And she was like, love Eliza. She deserves to pursue what she wants to pursue. But at the same time, what we were all so like, oh, that's tough, because Eliza had been gone all day and Rodney was just waiting for her to come down and was talking to everybody about like, oh, we get a fresh start. Like I'm going to do something special for her today. Like we have this future that we get to, start building on now. And so to see him like talk about that the day after, he's like, oh, I can finally breathe. Like this is the real, like she chose me.
And I went through a whole season with Rodney. So we've been boys for a long time and I've never seen him that happy in my life. And then so like letting other people know like, yo, this is the happiest Rodney's ever been. Like Eliza is really like his person. Like we're both like super giddy and happy for each other. And like having that pulled under the rug, I was just like, yo, I know what that feels. And like, that's the worst. And it hit us just like a little bit.
People cried. Like everybody was like crying.
Everyone was in tears.
It was like
we saw that and we were like, wow.
Yeah. It was like, it's like, but we were so convincing of like, oh, you guys get to start fresh tomorrow and you guys get to do this and do that. So like in a way we all felt bad and felt that. And then, she's crying too. And so there was that and it was just hard on everybody. Yeah. And then it was like, also we realized in that moment we're saying goodbye to Rodney. Like,
right, because he's leaving.
And do you feel like the fact that you guys are all just focused on mainly one thing and there's no other outside distractions that plays into it too? You guys are exhausted and
huge,
a lot of emotions at play.
20 hours a day.
I mean, it's hot. You're not getting much sleep, and so that was a huge factor. Like, did we all really feel for Rodney and everybody was really crying? Yeah, but like at the same time, emotions were so like
but also we were so invested in everyone's relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they all became family to us, so we wanted everyone happy and like, yo, everyone just get along, be happy, and like, so
well, it's like we kind of like we felt at a certain point like we're making it out of this, so like the other couples were like, oh, we have like couple friends, like we're gonna get to like do all these things,
couple friends,
and so it's like you start picturing your future with like your friend group, like as but I think ultimately we just want everybody to be happy and like, pursue what you want to pursue, but it does suck when someone gets hurt.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's also just funny to think about if this was like in the real world where if something like this happened, you'd be like, damn, that sucks. Like you'd be texting your friend, you'd be like, damn, that sucks. But then you have a million other things that you're doing or focused on. So it's not that much, but it makes sense when you're just focused on everybody and everything there.
Yeah.
People were like, it was a moment where people were like, this could happen to me too. Mm-hmm. Not us. Like a lot of people were feeling that way for Rodney.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
it's like, damn, if this happened, like anyone could switch up at any.
What could happen next?
Yeah, Brandon had one of my favorite lines because you do seem like such a friend, that an empathetic friend, like you're feeling your friend's emotions. And when Eliza was on the date and Rodney was all sad, you were like, man, if I was a lady, I'd be in your arms right now. I was like, Brandon.
Oh, so me and Rodney, we joked about it.
And then literally he replied to it and was like, facts.
Yeah.
So me and Rodney, like she went on a date and Rodney, you saw it, he was like, I gotta get a drink. So I was like, I'll get a drink with you. And Wells was like, boys, however much you want, it's on me. It's on the house. I got you. So we were drinking tequila and everything. And then so we were just sitting on the couch and like, I didn't even know. And I was like, Rodney, like, man, if I was a girl, I'd be in your arms right now. Facts.
Yeah.
And I was like, watching them back, I'm like, bro, what?
What I would expect.
Yeah. It's like, that's why we're friends.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, it's just
It was great. That was one of my favorite lines of the season, honestly. But guys, you're really like the only. There are success stories that have come out of this season for sure. But as far as engagement goes, you guys are the last two standing, and there were some couples that we thought really would make it or try and make it work. I know there were some crazy moments. What for you guys watching, because I feel like you were spectators for a lot of this, Aaron and Genevieve had a lot of drama on the beach, but then they would always kind of seem to make it work. Did you think Aaron would propose, or did you guys kind of see that hitting a wall?
Absolutely.
I didn't really think so.
I think that, talking to the both of them, I think they both knew that it was kind of toxic. I think they would have left together and like try to work on it, but I don't the proposal. No. Just because, like, you guys saw what we saw. Like, you know, they would get into a huge fight, and then they would be like, oh, I'm falling in love with you. And it's like, well, you got to deal with that huge fight, you know, like So we kind of like the whole, you know, people on the beach, like we wanted it to work, but at the same time, we saw signs to where like,
you're like, what's best for my friend?
Yeah, what's best for my friend? Like, and I think you guys would be happier apart.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that we would see that in one episode. It would be like, there was one time where we were like, maybe they do get engaged. And then after that, we're like, no, too much of a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was too much. So.
Yeah, after the itching and pain fight, it was like, this is
fight about.
That's too small of a fight. That's a fight where it's like, that's not even about what they're actually arguing about. That's about a whole other thing that's underlying. It has nothing to do with the itch.
So that's the thing is like, when you mask it up and say like, I'm falling in love with you, is like, nah, like, that's just going to build up into the next fight. You got to deal with it. Yeah. So, yeah. And when you're fighting about itching and pain, like, that's when you knew, like.
I was like, why am I being asked about this? In my interview, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Well.
Itching was like a form of pain. I'm like, you really, wait, what?
You're like, we've been on this beach for too long.
Like, wait,
they're running out of things
I'm
here.
sorry, who's fighting about this? Yeah, it definitely took a turn. And then we all saw on the reunion that, you know, Johnny and Victoria's engagement didn't work out. She's in a new relationship. Did you guys think Johnny and Victoria were a good pairing? I mean, you spent more time with just the two of them, where it was just the four of you left on the beach for a little while.
Yeah, I think at the time we thought that they really could make it work. You know, there's a lot that we didn't see behind closed doors. There's a lot that we still don't know. And you know, during the reunion, we didn't get to sit out and watch all of that. But ultimately, I think, you know, I just happened to be the closest with Victoria. Like, her bed was next to mine, and he just happened to be the closest with Johnny. And the fact that we were both couples together, we both look at it and we're like, we just want our friends to be happy. Like, if you guys are not happiest together, then, you know.
Just as long as you both find happiness.
Yeah.
Like, that's, whether it's together or separate. So.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot, like, I think they wanted to make it work, and there was like a lot of hurt and disappointment in the fact that it didn't, but
because this life it's like you have to have those tough conversations, because once you get to the outside world, it's like quarantine again. So you're not in the same day. You have to travel. You only see each other a couple days out of the weeks or out of the month. So I think they try to make it work, but you know,
they just aren't a match, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Now, also at the reunion, there was maybe potential rekindlings from some people. You know, that Jill and Jacob had a conversation. There were some situations that were going down. Is there anyone from this season that you guys were on with that you're really hoping will make it work?
You know, Jill and Jacob together were a sight to see.
That was a sight.
We loved that. Like, literally, as soon as they coupled up, it like felt so random, but we were like,
when she hopped on him, like,
makes sense.
Hand in the air.
The way, the way that they reacted to like the date part and stuff, like
their weirdness was so perfect together.
They're so entertaining as people, like separately, but them together, like, they are great. And so I'm hoping that, you know, something comes out of that. But...
or Kate and Logan, you know.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's really rooting for that one.
Not putting a lot of faith behind that one, just even from their Instagram stories and stuff. But we're so happy for you guys, Brandon. We had Ashley and Jared in here about a month or so ago, and we were talking to them, and Jared told a story about how he was telling you their love story and how they connected, and how he had said, you know, that he kissed Ashley in the airport and she was technically with someone else, and that you were like, dude, that's sketch. And it was so perfect. We were like, that's so, I'm like, Brandon, that's so cute. Like, he's just
so
just genuine.
You know, there and you know, Ashley took the girls and then Jared was with the boys, and it was just me and Jared talking. I was like, yo, like, I'm with Serene. It's going good. He's like, how's that going? I was like, great, phenomenal. Like, you know, how is it for you and Ashley? Like, how'd you guys meet? And he was like, yo, we met here and we didn't leave together. I was like, you didn't? Like, how'd you guys rekindle? And it was like, yeah, so I flew out to her. She had a boyfriend. I knew he was gone for the weekend. So I flew out, and then we ended up kissing. I was like, wait, she had a boyfriend, you flew out and you kissed her? And he was like, yeah, dude, I had to do what I had to do. And I was like, sketch. Like, I was like, dude, you're sketch. I was like, you guys have a beautiful family, though. But I was like,
yeah. He was saying, he was
I guess it worked out for you, but interesting.
Yeah.
Brandon, he was
like, I went to Serene later. I was like, yo, you got any exes that are gonna fly out and like.
It was funny though, because he was telling it in a way where he was like, Brandon's just so genuine. Like, he called me out for being sketch, and I was like, it worked out for me, and he was like, yeah, but sketch.
Yeah, sketch. No, I love Jared and Ashley. Like, I ended up having to talk with them like the night before we left. We had like such a great talk, and we talked about movies and everything. But yeah, that was easily like just looking at it, I was like, dude, you're a great guy, but sketch.
Oh, so good. Well, we're so happy for you guys. I think everyone can't wait to see what the future holds for you, and it's just a very well written love story. It sounds so cheesy to talk about like the fairy tale ending for you guys, but going back and thinking about those Instagram stories of you watching her on the show, and now, being where you guys are now, like, you made that happen. You manifested that big time. So credit to you.
Yes. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Yes. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys
have fun with the rest of your day. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be outside.
You're like, I'm going for a big walk after this.
You guys enjoy your scooters. Don't put your wig on.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you subscribe everywhere. Reminder, Black Friday. Everything goes on sale at midnight after Thanksgiving. And look forward to our vlog that will be out on Friday or midnight on the YouTube. And you can look at all the new merch that we have and subscribe. We love you guys. We'll talk to you on Monday.